Welcome to NET Vaper Reviews. Today's review is a new mod that I got, the Aspire MIXX MIXX in jet black. Very nice mod, side by side, designed by Sunbox and produced by Aspire. This is the box. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the desk angle where I undone the box, set it all up on the 18650 configuration, and also I will show you how it looks in the 18350, and then we'll come back on top and we'll talk about it a bit more. So let's have a closer look at the Aspire MIXX MIXX. Yep, what is on this sleeve is got our authenticity label, and in the other side is contents. The mod, battery steel 18350 battery steel sleeve, and 2 spare fixing screws and 1 user manual, and obviously 18650 battery metal sleeve that comes as a default. Okay, nice elegant box, and it says on it Prestige Aspire Engineering. Okay, and in here most probably you've got the manual. Okay, so we'll keep the manual here for a minute, and here is the mod. So this is the 18350 sleeve. Put that aside, and these are the screws, and let's take out the mod, and nothing else. Right, looks very nice. Bit weighty, not bad. Now inside here I've got a battery. If I would have taken out the battery, there will be a bit of rattling from the cap. So when you open it out from the box, don't be alerted by the fact. It's only because the battery is there. So this is your up and down fire button. Let's see what it says here. Designed by Sunbox, an Italian company. So you've got the quality here with the design. I must say it does feel very sturdy and different. I mean, I've got here the Ambition mod, and you can see they're more or less the same size. They look nearly identical in size, but obviously in design it's quite different. And obviously you can change this to an 18350, and we'll do that now. Right, okay, so let's put in a battery. So you got the plus quite visibly down the barrel, and let's put, and you got a minus. Is this a minus? Most probably, yeah. I wish they found easier caps to deal with, but they haven't. Same thing goes with the Ambition mod. Right, so here you go. This is the display. Now this looks very much like a DNA, that it's not, but it looks like a DNA chip, and it's exactly the same as the Ambition mod. I mean, you can see exactly the same. Okay, come on. Exactly the same. Okay, so let's have a look. What are the dimensions? So you've got, first of all, it's compatible with a single 18650 that's now in, and the 18350 that we'll try in a minute. You've got a variable wattage, and that goes up to 60 watts, and you got a voltage and bypass. Output range from 0.5 to 8.4 volts. Supports resistance 0.1, quite low, to 3.5 ohms. Dimensions 48 the width and 86.5 the height, and 24 millimeter is this section here, the thickness. So you can put up to 24 millimeter tank on it. Now let's go quickly through the settings. I mean, let me just put in a tank in here, so like this, it wouldn't tell me all the time check atomizer. And this is the RTA, the RTA, but RDTA style from Brunhilde that I had in mind for this mod, and actually it looks superb. I mean, it looks very nice indeed. Yeah. Oh man, camera, yes, very nice. Right, so you've got here all the instructions of what to do. Display lock 5 times. Display system, obviously you got stealth mode. This is the stealth mode. Turn the screen on off, flip screen. So to flip screen, you simply press the plus and minus together, and you can see how it flips. Plus and fire is voltage, bypass, back to wattage, and minus plus fire is lock, and again unlock. Now if I want to keep this in stealth mode, so you just simply 3 times, and now it's in stealth mode and you can still fire, but it will not show. To get out of it, you just back on. Yep. Let's give this a quick vape. Very nice. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put it in 18350 configuration, and that is one thing that I must say is a bit of a con, because they haven't got an Allen key to open these screws. Now you could use in theory a screwdriver that will hold a bit, but it might ruin the threads. They should have supplied, either Sunbox or Aspire should have supplied with an Allen key. Lucky I have one, so, but they shouldn't have relied on the customer to have one. When you get something, a kit that you pay good money for, you want all the tools to operate it immediately, you know. So I think that is something that Aspire should have added. It doesn't cost much. So here's the 2 screws that make it into 18650. We'll take this out, take out the battery obviously, and just unscrew the tube. Now this tube can be fitted either way, and this is the 18350 tube. You just screw that in, put this back on, and you take these 2 screws and you screw them either side. I'm not going to do it because I'm keeping it now on the 18650, because I want to talk about it when you go back on top. But I'll just show you how it looks. And the tank that I had in mind is the Aston, and let's see how it looks. And it looks beautiful as a stealthy kit. Looks very nice indeed. And here's the 18350. If you wondered what battery I've got, it's the EXO 18350S. You can see the spec on it. 3.7 volt. Yeah. So that's the 18650, 18350. I'm going to use this on occasion when I want to go out. I want to have a stealthy kit. I mean, this is ideal. I mean, this is so small. It just completely disappears in your hand, and you can put it on stealth mode. So like this, when you vape, since the screen is in the bottom, no one sees it when you get it to your mouth. So you can put it in stealth mode, and this is a perfect, stealthy, beautiful, elegant kit. That was the whole idea behind me buying this mod, because it can be used for my bigger tanks and for my smaller tanks. Okay, I'll put it back to 18650 configuration, and we'll talk about it a bit more on top, obviously. But one thing you have to remember, that this hasn't got a USB charge port. So you need to have a battery recharger. And we'll just put this back. And so it's very easy. Just screw this back. Just keep your fingers so it keeps the screws in line with the deck of this mod. And that's it, and this is done. Don't want to over tighten them, so like this you haven't got a problem with later on doing it. I wish they had some kind of other way of doing these caps, but they all are the same, it seems. And we'll put in the mods. Right, okay, I'll see you in a second up top. So, to sum up this mod, I am very pleased with it. A few factors. First of all, the visual. I mean, it does look stunning. I mean, no matter what angle you look at it, it is very nice indeed. I like the shiny black against the matte black. I like the whole design of it. I mean, this is also designed. This is from the Ambition Mods. This is the Sunbox designed side by side as well. I mean, you can see that's both side by sides, but it's a completely different design. Besides the fact that this can turn into 18350 configuration battery. Have you seen the size of it? More or less just this square. Very small indeed. Now I'll show you an example. I've got an Aspire NX30. Okay, I've got the EH Pro True Tank on it. Now this is one of the stealthiest kits I've got. In fact, I take this with me when I go running in the mornings. I should have it when I'm finished with my coffee. We all the guys, we have a coffee. If you watch my previous reviews, you know that. And in here I normally have very bold tobaccos. In here I've got the Latikia fire cured from Juice Cabin. So how did I come down to it? Yeah, because the size of it. So I mean, if I turn this to 18350 and I use my Aston, right, it would be this size roughly. Yeah, even smaller. I mean, let's have a look. Yeah, more or less the same size. The Aston is even smaller tank, even smaller. So you can get a super stealthy kit from this mod. But it's really catered primarily side by side for big tanks. So let me just show you. I mean, on this one I've got the MIXX RTA. It's a big tank, right? So I mean, let me show you. I know you guys like to see how it looks on other tanks. So like this, if you have one of those tanks, you can see straight away how it looks and decide if you like it or not. But this mod will look nice with any tank up to 24 millimeter. But I must tell you, I'll tell you that in a second. Let me just show you how this looks. Stunning, right? Now there's one little thing that you must be aware. You see the lip on this section here on the Ambition Mods one is shallow, so it's fairly shallow, the groove in here is steeper. So I'll show you this. Let me just take off this tank. You see it's sticking out a lot more. You can see it's a much bigger housing. So if you've got, for instance, a 24 millimeter RTA, but with a top airflow, and the top airflow ring is like sticking out. I haven't got one here at the moment to show you. But for instance, well, I haven't got something to show you, but if there is the ring of the airflow is sticking out, you will have a problem screwing it down fully because of this housing is sticking out. But in general, a 24 millimeter will fit this tank, no problem. No problem at all. Let me show you some more tanks. For instance, the Glass Mini. Now this is another plus. You see the airflow. You see this is a bottom airflow, right? Now if I want to change, if my airflow was on the other side, meaning facing the housing of the mod, yeah, I mentioned that when I reviewed the Ambition mod, it would block the airflow. So I will show it to you on the Ambition mod. Here you haven't got that problem because there is a gap, a 2 millimeter gap between the tank and the housing of the battery where these posts are. So you can see yourself is a gap. So you'll never block your airflow. That's a big plus over the Ambition mod design. If I put this tank, this stops exactly. You see how close it is to the end? But now if this would have turned a bit further in, this will block your airflow. So here you haven't got that problem because there is quite a gap between the 510, the plate, to your housing of the battery. Let me show you another stunning tank that will look unbelievable on this mod, especially when it's black. The Artemis from Cthulhu, it just looks stunning. I mean, just look at this. Yeah, it just looks gorgeous. Now the gap from the top here to the base is around 30 millimeters. So if you would have put in the EH Pro, I think is 30 millimeters. Let me just show you. You can still use it on this mod, even though that the top of the tank will be completely flush against the mod. Let me just show you. And this is one of the smaller tanks. It's not much bigger than, let's see, I've got here the Reload. Yeah, more or less like the Reload, the Pandora, they're all more or less the same size. I'll show it to you on the Reload as well, but you can see here it's flush, nearly the same size, but it's still comfortable to vape. And I wouldn't call this kit heavy at all, not. No, I've got my the Artemis on the Ultrona EOS 2. Now this is a dual battery, but this is made out of stabilized wood, so really this is very light. It is heavier than this design, than this kit. So I wouldn't call this heavy. No, I would not call this heavy. For instance, I've got the Innokin Chroma R with my K-Fon Prime. Now, these two never part. I mean, this is my old trusted Chroma R mod. I love this mod. Punctual, accurate, always works, never makes a fuss. Very perfect day-to-day run-around mod, sturdy. I'll put my Prime on this, and you'll see yourself that is made for these type of tanks. So you have to be careful when you screw it on not to turn the glass section, because then you open up your juice flow if you have a Prime. But look how nice it looks. Yeah, perfect. Now here the airflow is okay, it's not, but if you want to, let's say, open up the airflow to a bigger airflow, we haven't got a problem with this because you have a gap here and it wouldn't block it. When I put it on the from the Ambition mods, and I want to use a more of an airy mouse too long, if I move the plate inwards, it will get blocked by this section here. I think you understand the idea of what I'm trying to bring out here. Yeah, so it looks stunning. So it looked good, and stainless steel and on black. What else have I got here? You want to see already, might as well show you the reload on it. If I'm already doing the review, might as well do it right. Not a minute. I mean, it looks very nice indeed. Yeah. I want to just show you one more thing before we finish this review. You know what? Let me put already the K-Fon light. Now this is a 24. Yeah. Stunning. Now let me show you. This is a Smock Nord, right? This is stealthy as they come. I mean, just look, same size, right? I mean, this is perfect. That's the beauty of side-by-sides. It really reduces everything, and it doesn't look overpowering, it doesn't look massive. But even if I use the tank that this is really the reason why I got this mod, because I've got already a side-by-side. I'm very happy with this Ambition mod as well. But let me put it against the Smock Nord, not so much bigger, right? And this is a massive tank, right? This is nearly, look at the size of the tank, nearly, okay? But when put on a side-by-side, it reduces everything. That is the beauty of a side-by-side. Yeah. Another thing I forgot to mention is that if you click 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you see system locked, but it's not off. To switch it off totally, you have to carry on pressing the fire button, and then you'll see your power's off. Yep. So it's not fully off until you you click 5 times, and then you hold your finger on the fire button until the power's down to get back on. Simple. I like the stealth mode. If you use it in a place, for instance, in a dark room or somewhere you don't want flashing lights, so you can put it in stealth mode. And if you put it in the 18350 configuration with a small tank and stealth mode, I think this is as stealthy as you can get. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. I think I concluded this review. So to sum it up, this is a top quality mod that, for the price I got it, I paid for it £40, $39.99 on the UK website. They had a discount. You can put it in Google and search. When it first came out, it was quite a few pounds more, but the truth is, for such quality, such a nice design, it will command most probably double the price if it was more of a fancier name to it. Double the price. But Sunbox are famous for the designs of the side by side. I mean, they did a very good job with the Ambition mod, but I think this is a much nicer looking mod and not much heavier and the same type of chip, although yeah, the fact that it's not DNA doesn't bother me at all. It performs well, it's reliable, it looks like a DNA. If you didn't know any better, it just performs like a DNA as well. So no problem. The only con is that they didn't give you the Allen key to open those screws. That I mentioned that below as well. And the cap to open this cap, because there's no USB charging on this mod. So daily you're gonna have to take this out, the battery. But one of the guys told me that Nature Vape he's selling some kind of device of like a plastic that he did it on a 3D printer to open the caps easier. So that is worth looking into, and that I would do as well, because every day to open it is a pain in the backside. Right, okay. I think I concluded this review. If I missed anything out, I don't think I did miss anything out. Let me just think for a minute. Did I miss it? I'll put down, oh yeah, one more thing. In the manual that I haven't got it here in this office at the moment, if you look on the website, there is protection on this mod: overheat, overcharge, reverse battery, you name it. Every single protection you can think of is this mod has it. So it's a very safe mod as well. Although you got the bypass mode in here, so you could use it as a mechanical mod, but with all the precautions. I don't think I could add anything besides what I added. It feels top quality, it feels good in your hand, it's pocket friendly, no problem at all. I wouldn't call this heavy. It looks gorgeous in its quirky way, very modern, very elegant, and it outstands. It stands out. You know, it stands out. It's, I think, a much nicer design than the Ambition Mod one, although the same designers. Yeah, designed by Sunbox. Yeah, okay, so I think I concluded this review on the Aspire MIXX designed by Sunbox. Very nice indeed, very pleased. Okay, I hope it was beneficial, this review. Until the next review, take care, enjoy your vape, bye bye for now.